everyone, just want to talk a little bit today on the vlog, very short, I know I always say that and it never really is that short, about using social media to your full advantage as a writer. I'm going to date myself here for a minute and say it's kind of like playing that old game Pitfall, which I'm pretty sure was on Atari. It was this game where you the player had to like navigate these like swamps and rivers and things like that, and there was like alligators that would like hop up and eat you if you didn't time it just right. For writers, those alligators, you guys, you know what they're saying? Can you hear them? They're saying, buy my book. Twitter is not just about selling your book. News flash. I should have like flashing lights. You guys, Twitter is not there for you to sell your books. Y'all got that? Okay. Twitter is a platform that makes it easy for people to connect. When I first started on Twitter, it was about 4 years ago, I had just finished my very first novel. Without Twitter, I think it probably would have taken me about 20 years to get to the point where I wrote a novel that could be published. Some of my very first Twitter friends have become some of my very dear, personal, real-life friends. People that I love to visit and hang out with and laugh with, and they're still the people that support me today after all of that, and they're the people who've been my biggest cheerleaders along the way. So Twitter is not just about selling your book. If you're a writer and you're not taking advantage of the hugely supportive writing community, writing and publishing community on Twitter, then you're really missing out. Okay, so I feel like one of the biggest things that people don't always remember about social media as a writer is that whether this is fair or not, I don't really think that you're selling your book on social media. A lot of times you're just selling yourself. And like I said, maybe that's not fair for people to judge whether or not they want to read your book on how friendly you are or how often you respond or how engaged you are with other people. There are writers that I refuse to read their books, and there are writers that I read their first book and then followed them on Twitter and then promptly unfollowed them and decided never to buy another one of their books again because they're rude. Is that wrong? Maybe. Am I missing out on some books I might like? Maybe. But if you're going to be on social media as a writer, people are going to judge you on you and not your product. So if you're going to be on social media, then you need to understand that. If you're on Twitter, your reason for being on Twitter cannot just be to talk to your friends. If you're on Twitter as a writer, you have a product out in the world, and other people talk to you about either about your product or about something else, you need to be replying, whether it's about your dog or your cat or your favorite Starbucks drink or about your book. If you don't, it's kind of like, and a lot of people don't agree with me on this, but this is how I feel when people don't reply to me, is like I just walked up to you on the street and was like, hey, I love your dog, it's so adorable, and you just stare at me and then turn around and walk off. That's not okay. You should be on social media to connect. You should be on social media to interact, and you should be on social media to get support and give support to fellow authors, and you should be on the internet to talk to your readers and receive responses from your readers. It should all be about interaction. It's okay to like tweet, obviously, about like if your book is on sale or a really great review that you liked, or a new book goes on sale. It's totally okay to tell people that and where they can buy it, because that's, one reason that you're on there. But I would say if you're tweeting about how people can buy your book more than once, twice a day, that's probably too much. So, pitfalls, DMs, buy my book, not responding to people when they expect you to, acting like you're too cool for people. There's cliques on Twitter. This is not cool. This is not high school people. You know what happens when you make friends on Twitter? You meet awesome people who are your friends, and they support you outside of Twitter. My friend, Leanne Copans, at Leanne Copans. I don't know if I'm saying your last name right, and I'm sorry if I'm not, but everybody knows who you are because you're seriously awesome. And I got this in the mail it wasn't a birthday present, but it came on my birthday because we share a brain apparently. But it's like a wrapped canvas of all my book covers. You guys, how awesome is this? It looks so pretty. I feel like I wish I was further away so you could see it. There we go. It's Althea. She's so pretty and big. Anyway, people might send you presents if you're nice on social media. Oh, I have Althea here. She would like you to know that the last yearbooks by me, the first book, which is Whispers in Autumn, was just on Amazon for several months. The book is back on Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and iTunes as of today, and it is on sale for 99 cents for a week. I would love for you guys that haven't started the series. It's a great chance to start the series if you have a Nook or an iPad that you read on instead of a Kindle. Also, if you go to my blog or my website, which there's a link below, there is a contest where you can win your very own signed poster of all 4 of my awesome covers, and I will sign it for you and send it to you. And we are going to cut this vlog into 2 vlogs because I kind of got a little caught up ranting about all the things that I hate about what people do on Twitter. If you haven't already turned this off, thank you. You're my favorite. Hugs and kisses, XOXO. And I'll get to the rest of the social media things next time. So don't be alarmed. Next vlog, I'm going to be wearing the same awesome shirt. Doesn't mean I didn't change my shirt for 2 weeks. It might mean that, but it not necessarily in this situation. Walk this way.